Great college basketball game, and I'm really proud of our guys. It was just about everything I thought it would be in terms of two really good teams, and Wisconsin stresses you in a lot of different ways, especially with their wing post-ups and their guards. But Kobe King was terrific tonight. Incredible step back at the end. But I'm really proud of our guys. We dealt with some adversity tonight. Georgie was a non-factor in the first half, as was Allen. And yet we found a way to kind of manage that half and get through it 5 or 6 down. We didn't shoot the ball very well. And yet the second half was completely different shooting. We shoot 62% and 71 from the three. The only thing we didn't do was shoot free throws very well. But I loved our execution late. Put the ball in Io's hands, coming off a ball screen. We had set the play up previously throughout the game with a couple lobs to Kofi. The backside of that play was executed great with a pin in, and Allen hit a hard three. Then we left Trent in the corner, and then Io does kind of what Io does, is just a little step back, and games on the line, he usually makes those. So, but a lot of toughness at the end from us in terms of Georgie not fouling. Allen came up with a big rebound, and it's a great road win in what is the best conference in college basketball this year.
Got mics on either side. Flag them down. Right here in front.
Brad, you called a timeout shortly before the final media and another one at 2 minutes to go. I wonder if you'd like to give any special credit to members of your staff for game management and how you pulled this one out.
Yeah, it takes everybody. There's nothing easy. I mean, Chin Coleman had the scout tonight, and I thought that you get guys that know your team and know your opponent, and one of the things that Chin was very dialed in on was their three-point shooting. We knew that there was going to be some post-ups and that they would take advantage of us there. But and then again, guys see certain things, and we talk about those things in huddles. So it takes a great staff, and I'm blessed. I've got a great staff to help make those decisions.
Io said when he came back, he had some business to finish. What was it like to see him finish tonight? What did it mean for him and for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's a growing process. You don't rush success sometimes, and I liken our team's development to a little bit like Allen's growth. You have to go through some things, and you have to deal with some things, and I think I would be the first to tell you that being a freshman in the Big Ten and playing basketball at a high level is really hard to do because you find out you don't know as much as you think you know, and. But yeah, now there's experience, and these guys are bonded together, and there's connectivity, and it's. I'm really, really happy for that for those guys in that locker room.
Coach, Kofi said it after the game on the broadcast that it's been 3,200 days since you beat Wisconsin. What's it kind of mean for the program to finally get over that hump and after 8 years beat the Badgers? Well,
I think they said Iowa was 10. And you know what? I don't make a big deal about that. It speaks to how successful Wisconsin has been and the great teams that they've had. A lot of those guys weren't a part of so many of those games. They have been a few of them here, but the other piece to that is it's the best conference in the country, and to get a road win, that's what means the most for this group, and that's what. We can celebrate in the locker room and on that trip home tonight.
Brad, I'm wondering, in those late game situations, from your vantage point, what do you see out of Io in the way he commands a huddle or just the way he carries himself when the game's on the line?
Yeah, he's got what you don't coach. He's not afraid. He's fearless. He's very, very poised. It takes a certain type of guy to want the ball in those situations and not fear the miss. If you guys will remember, we had put the ball in his hands late in the game situation earlier in the year, and it didn't go very well. He still wants it. He's not afraid. He's fearless, and he's been in those moments so often, and he knows he's going to make it more often than not, and so do we.
Over on the right.
Brad Allen picked up some fouls early, so did some other players, but a really efficient night again for him. Just how big was that for you guys tonight?
Yeah, Allen's a huge part of what we're doing, and our growth and our continued development. And you know, one of the hardest things to do as a player is get out of sync in a game real early and find a way to get your groove back into it. And you know, he did that. His 3 in transition was big, and then obviously, you know, his rebounds at the end, and then that 3 that off the little set was good. But it's you know, he just stays in the game. Allen just plays, man, and it doesn't, the situation doesn't bother him.
Brad,
Brad, on the left.
Brad, you know how difficult it is, obviously, to win on the road in this league this year. You guys made the plays down the stretch, but do you think it was equally as important to not let them build that lead to double digits, that you guys hung in there and kept it to, I think, 6 or 7, 5 in that range for a long time to be in position down the stretch? Yeah,
there's no doubt, and we talked about that a lot. I mean, you play Wisconsin and you let them get double digits, you might as well make it 20. It stresses you in so many ways, and you know, so many of their possessions are one of the best teams in the country in terms of efficiency in the last 8 seconds of a shot clock, and so many of their possessions go that deep, and you can't get back in the game. You know, then it stresses you on the offensive end to have to score. So that was big, and you know, and then limiting them from the 3 was a big part of that. And it, you know, when you have as few possessions as Wisconsin has throughout the course of a game, and you shoot 26 threes a game, you need to make sure they don't make them.
Brad, you said you'd go through some adversity in this game tonight. I wondered if you could comment on the front court depth and how you guys were able to manage fouls late in the game to have Kofi and Georgie both on the floor at the end.
Well, we did some things that we, you know, we had to play DeMonte a little bit at the 4, you know, and really to give Kipper a little bit of a break. And you know, Jermaine gave us a minute or 2 around some media timeouts in the first half. And you know, we've got a little package that we go to when we're a little out of sync like that, and not normally as big. But yeah, I mean, it's all about the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game, managing so you can get to that point with your guys. And you know, things got out of kilter a little bit, but we were able to withstand that.
Right here in front.
Brad, first half, Wisconsin bench was calling out a lot of your plays to their defenders. Second half, of course, they're at the wrong end, and basically only Potter was saying, this is what they're doing. Do you notice a difference when the team can't get those kind of instructions from them?
If they want my play card, I'll give it to them. They still have to guard it. That's one of the most overrated things, I think, in basketball is, you know, you still have to guard the action and figure out, you know, how you're going to counter it. So that didn't bother us at all.
We got time for one more.
Brad, you mentioned yesterday that the next step for you guys as a team was to win on the road. What was your message to the guys, and what does it mean for you guys as a program to have done this in this league this year?
To quote Bill Belichick, Rutgers, Rutgers, Rutgers. If you've all seen that video, you know that's really funny. But it's on to the next. It's on to the next, and you don't get to enjoy these very long. But I'm really proud of them. I'm happy for them, and it's on to the next.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.